Hello. This is another joint log. This is combination 69 and 70. Yes. So, it was Easter weekend, so I went back home, and it's kind of a huge event for my family, which means, everyone comes over, which means, I have to share my room, which means no quiet place to record anything or edit anything. So, that's right. We are embracing the power of emotional budgeting. Not emotional budgeting. Energy budgeting. And we are... just consolidated things. The joint log thing worked 2 days ago, so we're just gonna do it again today. No biggie. So... lots of exciting developments, I think. Very good. We finished week 9 and have started week 10 within these past 2 days. Week 10 would have started 2 days ago, but I still hadn't finished the last 2 tasks, so I wanted to extend it one more day, and I did. So now I think we've gone a full, delay-wise, we've come back full circle to starting a new week on Sunday. So now we're right back on track. So, week 9, self-compassion, or just compassion. I think this was a very necessary week for me. I feel a change in how I treat myself and how I think about myself. I feel like I wash my hands differently now. Everything is just a little bit gentler towards myself. I'm just a little bit more on my own level. My inner voice used to be all high and mighty. It was the authoritative figure up there. I called it the drill sergeant. And it would just always be telling me that I was doing something wrong. Or that whatever I was doing wasn't good enough. Or that I was just starting out the world, the day, whatever, at a lower level than everyone else. And it is my job to work up to deserving worth. And then I can chill out. Except, I never got to that point, so I was just always desperately trying to prove myself to no one. Myself, I guess. The invisible, mean voice all the way up there. So, luckily, I believe that high voice has been lowered a little bit, kind of down more on my level now. So, if there's a problem, the voice is still there. A little bit, but it's quieter. There's a different voice now saying, yeah, this is understandable. This is valid. You have a right to feel this way. So, that's tough, but you can get a move on. You can do it. So there's just that little extra step between problem and solution where I sympathize with myself, and it's okay, yeah. That was annoying. Let's pick up. And then that little bit just makes I'm not the enemy to myself anymore. Every mistake isn't just an opportunity for criticism. I don't feel bad about making mistakes as much anymore. It's I'm a person, and what I do is okay, and my existence is cool and not immediately an inconvenience to everyone. It's lovely. And, not gonna get too into it because, this is a public YouTube account and no one really wants to hear about my personal situations, but going home for the weekend with a very fresh perspective, because we just finished this lovely week of compassion, which was my biggest struggle. I see where it came from. And I felt immune to it. It was so weird. I came back and suddenly I was numb to everything that used to affect me, that used to control my every thought. I was able to say no. In my head. And a little bit outside as well. So that was just crazy. That was cool. Every time I come back from college, every time I visit my hometown or whatever, I'm always thinking like, oh, I'm such a different person now. I bet they'll notice how different I am and how much cooler I am, especially after the haircut. But this is the first time where I don't need them to think I'm different or cool because I feel it. And how I think, or what I think of myself, is the only thing that really matters. This week, near the end of this week, I just started to care so much less about what everyone else thought. Like, for the most part, I thought I was cool with that, right? I thought I'm mostly pretty self-assured. I mean, if I don't like what the majority is doing, then I won't do it. Like, I'm a proud black sheep. But there was still a fear of constant judgment. And this past week, I prioritized my feelings over the invisible feelings of everyone else. I was walking from one building to another. I had an awesome song playing, and you know what? I danced. I danced in public. There were people walking around, and I didn't care. I walked into the business building with my oil paint apron on, and it's just, there's a little revolution happening. There's a little bit of I don't care happening, and I am very excited to take that and run with it. While, of course, being nice, because I have also realized how much I love making people happy out of my own goodwill and goodness of heart. And, you know, love is amazing, because if you give it, you most likely get it back. And even if you don't, you feel good for giving. Like, it's kind of a win-win. Pretty sweet way to live your life. So, yes, I am happy. We are good. Friday was log 69. I finished the coffee painting, right? Finished that, I think 2 days ago. 2 days before Friday, it was Wednesday. And so now I have a new one, a new idea or whatever, and I've had a canvas in the back there, sitting around for a little bit, and I was saving it for an idea to put in my senior show. And then I figured out that my senior show is like this week, so I was like, okay, I'll unwrap it now. So I brought that over, and I didn't know what to do. I brought it over to the art building, and the whole walk there, I had no idea what I was going to put on that canvas. And I've also been, you know, collecting all of the photos of my art pieces on my phone to, like, figure out what I'm going to hang up. And I saw freshman year, 4 years ago. It wasn't in April, I think it was February, but it was a spring semester self-portrait from freshman year. It was 2023, I think, yeah. School years and years they line up differently. All right, I was gonna go insane for a second, like, what? Yes, so I had done a self-portrait spring semester of freshman year. It was charcoal, granted. I did another oil self-portrait sophomore year, so maybe I can use that as well. But I'm a massive fan of redraws, of redoing my old stuff, and redoing self-portrait with better skills and better haircut, my personal opinion. I think this looks much more flattering on me. And yeah, so I was like, absolutely, how symbolic is this? Doing one last self-portrait to round out freshman to senior year? Like, how satisfying is that? Man, how did I think that I wasn't going to be an author for that long? Well, anyway, yeah, so I started a self-portrait, but then I was like, okay, my first self-portrait was all uptight, and it was charcoal, and it was like really realistic. And I just wanted to get funky with it because I've been having so much fun with color and expressiveness, you know, just not caring, breaking all the rules, doing all that stuff. So it's gonna be a crazy color one. It's looking quite interesting right now. We are trusting the process. I don't think it looks bad. I like where it's at right now. For spending about like an hour on it, yeah, I think it looks like me for the most part. That's all I really cared about. And, you know, we're just gonna keep having fun with it. yeah, definitely shocked my professor when she first looked at it. She was like, oh, all right. It's like, yeah. Yeah, so that's cool. It's exciting. Looking forward to continuing that tomorrow, maybe? Probably, yeah, because if I want to finish that by the show, I'm going to have to hurry that up. Yeah, so install is on Thursday. It's Sunday night, so going to be doing a lot of that this week. And the logs. Going to be waking up early again tomorrow. Oh, yeah. So that was Friday. Wait. Saturday. Oh! Is this 3 logs? This is. Whoops, I skipped 3 days. No. Yeah. I skipped 2 days and then there's this day. Oopsie. Okay, well, I mean, not a lot happened Saturday because it was like a family day, so didn't have a lot of time to do whatever. But, right, that's why it extended the week 9 day. I was like, I thought I got the test done. Yeah. So Saturday, I had tried to get some work done. And I did a little bit, but I tried to wake up at 6:30 a.m. because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fit in as much as I can before my family gets here. I woke up at 6:30, I did, but I stayed up kind of late the night before, and I was just so exhausted. I wrote my morning pages. I watched the sunrise, I wrote the morning pages, and half of the morning pages was just me talking about how much I wanted to go back to sleep. And then I just went back to sleep and I woke up at 10. So, not a lot of work done then, but I mean, I did some editing and stuff. But yeah, not very productive weekend, I'll say, but it was like a holiday weekend, so what are you gonna do? It was productive emotionally. And then, yeah, Sunday happened. Happy Easter. Yay! And now I came back here. And I was just so... I don't know, I felt like myself. I was just so happy that I managed to maintain my inspirations and all of the progress that I've made while I was at home, like changing environments, and I've stayed myself. In fact, I think I made even more progress by confronting some things, and that was just so exciting. So when I came back here, I made pasta from scratch. I learned how to do it during my travels in Rome. I took a cooking class with my friends, and it was so simple. So I had memorized it. I did it straight from the brain. I didn't look anything up, which is kind of a flex. And we didn't have a rolling pin. I thought we did, so I used part of my water bottle and some parchment paper, but I did it. It was messy, it was super thick, but it was so good. Yeah, I treated myself. I boiled some sauce in like an actual pan. I usually microwave it. This is the first time I actually heated up in a pan. I got some homemade meatballs from home and I heated those up, and I just made myself a little nice dinner at like 6. And that was the first time I think I really felt inspired to really spend some time and make some nice dinner for myself when I knew I had work to do. That could have been a little procrastination. No, I want to do that, but no, yeah, it's so nice wanting to take care of myself. And then I washed all the rest of the dishes in the sink that were left over from my friends. So I was just being extra. I'm just so full of love, I guess, compassion and happiness and hope. And it's about 9:30 now. I know I could be doing more work. However, I need some more me time, because I didn't have a lot of me time this weekend, especially time to do art. And I still really want to make a comic about week 9. Hello. Because so much happened. It was a huge transformative week, as you saw. I mean, like, going insane for the first 2-3 days, and then coming out of it like, oh my gosh, I love it! I called it. But now that we're already on week 10, I want to, make sure we've captured that little emotion and stuck it in a comic, because I want to, like, really make sure that sinks in. I want to illustrate it and capture it and post it, because I want to keep a nice storyline going. Yeah, so started week 10 today, and I did keep up my morning pages. I did. I got a few passive-aggressive comments this morning about, hiding away or whatever to journal 2 pages, but I did it. That's actually one of the things I stood up for myself for. But yes, week 10. Very appropriate. This week is called Recovering a Sense of Self-Protection. Cool, sounds pretty neat, sounds like what I'm doing. So it's nice, the compassion part is like, oh, I'm nice to myself. And now self-protection is like, okay, time to defend this self. So that's cool. And the first section is about workaholism. Oh, like me? So that's fun. I haven't read the whole thing. There's like a workaholism test, like a little questionnaire thing where you like answer 20 questions and it's like, I leave my friends and family to do extra work. Often, seldom, never kind of thing. And like, I'm pretty sure I don't need to take that because I know I'm a workaholic. But I'll do it anyway, just because, who knows? I'm learning more and more that I don't actually know myself that well. So this is helping a lot. It's interesting because the book was really comparing workaholism to be on the same level as like alcoholism and drug addictions. And that was a little intense. It makes sense because workaholism is like socially acceptable and people usually praise you for destroying yourself over work. But putting it in the same sense, like the same amount of self-destruction as alcoholism and stuff like that is a little crazy, a little perspective shift. Like, whoa, okay. It's right. Because you really do. You forsake yourself and your life and your relationships for it. But there's a new little saying that I've replaced my treating myself like a precious object will make me strong phone background. That was for the self-compassion day. No, it was for like week 7, wasn't it? It was something earlier. But there's a new one. Let's see. And I replaced it early this time because I realized how effective the other one was. This one says, workaholism is a block, not a building block, like a creative block. And that is also it's kind of confusing for me to read. Because what do you mean workaholism doesn't mean I'll be more successful? What do you mean more work equals more success, more money, or whatever? Like, yeah, workaholism is praised in our society, hustle culture and all that, but like, actually, it kind of destroys your perspective on the world and like your priorities in life. And it really sucks all of the energy and the joy out of you. So, learning with the magic of timers and schedules on my own, but now it's time to fully attack it with the book and all that stuff. I haven't even looked at the tasks yet. I think I'll be reading a little more tonight. Yeah. So that's cool. Very exciting. And it's kind of crazy to think that this is week 10. We're in double digits now. Which means, first off, it means I timed starting this very nicely because 3 weeks from now, I'll basically be done. I'll be graduated and it will tie up my whole semester in a lovely little bow. It's gonna be perfect. And this whole mental emotional journey is absolutely coinciding so nicely with the seasons because we are in the rebirth part of this whole thing and it's springtime. All the flowers are blooming and the air is smelling sweet and all of a sudden I'm feeling like I have given myself a new life with all this stuff. So it's like, spring is here. Yeah, my whole world was crashing down during fall with all the leaves and stuff, and then winter was like dealing with all of the destruction and the grief and stuff, and then slowly coming out of it, and now it's spring. Whoa. So, very cool. I think that's all I had to say. I didn't really do too much else. I did end up having to skip the comic for 2 nights, which was a bummer, but there was no way I could have done it without staying up late, like late, and I refused to do that. I really wanted to. That's usually what I would do. It's my go-to, but not anymore. It's getting easier. But yeah, there were definitely quite a few things I wish I had the time to do, but I will wake up early tomorrow. I will. Which means I'll go to bed early tonight, which means I'm going to have so much fun writing and drawing and reading tonight. I'm going to give myself all of the fun art time that I wanted. I'm going to have some chocolate-covered marshmallows, and it's going to be lovely. Yeah, so excited for this week. For many reasons, actually. This is going to be one eventful week, so I'm gonna have to keep the other logs shorter so I don't spend all of my time making up vlogs because I talk too much. Exciting things about the YouTube channel, though. I posted some of my older animations that I'd only posted on my animation reel, like my little collection, and individually they're doing really well, which is really nice because I did work really hard on them. So seeing bigger numbers on this channel is very motivating and very nice to see, and I do read all of the comments and I appreciate all of you guys interacting, so that's just sweet. On that note, I will see you again in log 72, because yes, today was 71, so today, this log is 69, 70, and 71. Onward to week 10, final crunch. This is my finals week. This is it. This is the college experience finale as an art major, which is cool. But yeah, I'm ready to be done soon. Yeah, this is very well timed, and I am, yeah. Yep. So long.